Welcome, everybody. This is Heroes and Brews with Nerdy Dudes. We are your friendly neighborhood Beeroes. My name is Ty. Across the way is Kev, and we are bringing you another edition of Nerdy News with Heroes and Brews because we got some good news and some bad news, maybe. I think
And
more bad news than good news, but
yeah,
we'll
could both
see.
be bad. I don't know.
Yeah, they both could be bad. So first off, let's talk about Swamp Thing getting picked up by the CW. You know how I feel, Kev. How do you feel about this first?
Confused. It's weird. It's a little weird. It's a little weird for many reasons. Uh, One reason being because before season one ended on DC Universe app, we were told we're not getting any more. So you'll finish this and that'll be it, which was really shitty because it was a really I didn't finish it yet. I apologize, but I've seen the majority of the episodes and I love it. I think it's a fantastic series. It's really good. It's really
Yes.
well done. Second off, I, I just I don't understand why it's going to the CW. The great thing about the DC universe was with their shows they had the liberty to kind of do whatever they want, almost similar to like a Netflix. You know what I mean? They could if it called for you know heavy violence, if it called for cussing or whatever. I mean, they could do it. I mean, that was they had the freedom to do it. With it being on CW, I worry are they going to strip it a lot? Because there's some pretty intense scenes, intense moments in the show. Also, it's confusing because I question the future of the DC Universe app, and it seems like a lot of stuff is from that. Not everything, but we have Swamp Thing, and I think Stargirl are going to be on the CW. So I don't really know. Like, what does that mean for the DC Universe app? Is that just going to go away? I mean, there's just a lot of questions. It just seemed very random, and also like, are they doing it because obviously nothing is being filmed right now because of COVID-19. So they want, CW is trying to bring in some viewers. So let's just borrow this series and plot season one on there. And does it mean a season two might happen? If there's so many questions, Ty, I don't know.
So you said, why would the CW bring Swamp Thing there? I'll give you one reason: to die. They want that series to die because for it to excel, you cannot bring it, CW drama. You need to keep the grittiness. You need to keep the gore. That series is not made for the CW typical drama television series.
Absolutely.
Because they throw too much drama, and this series doesn't have that. And when they add that element to Swamp Thing, it's not going to be good. They had a scene in Swamp Thing where he rips a guy to shreds. They're not going to show that on the CW. If you tell me that they show that in the fall when they're replaying the episodes, I will be in shock. If they keep the value of that series for the CW, I will be in shock because me and the CW have a love-hate relationship because the way they do things with the DC series gets me so mad sometimes because those series don't need that basic drama because most of your viewers aren't actual CW watchers. They don't care about the drama. They care about the action. They care about the characters, not CW relationship drama. We don't want that. Well, I don't want that.
Sure.
So it's frustrating. And I would rather it have one season and be done on the DC universe instead of go to the CW. And then as for the DC universe, they need to just combine it with HBO Max because they got a Green Lantern series coming out on uh, HBO Max, and Swamp Thing would flourish if HBO Max bought that with their budget, like you said. It would do fantastic things.
Yeah. I think I completely agree with you in regards to the HBO Max thing. I think if they're trying to find a new home for this show, that would be the platform to put it on. I like it just really confuses me taking this type of show, knowing after watching it and putting it on the CW because, like you said, I think the CW DC universe um, they've set their platform over the past however many years, and you kind of know what you're getting when you watch that. Now, whether this is CW's way of like, hey, we'll take season one of Swamp Thing, we'll put it on there. It's more adult than say Arrow and Flash has been. Maybe we'll see how it does. We'll see how the regular CW viewers respond to it, and if they respond well, maybe we'll include more of this darker, more adult material. So does that mean if they're not going to remove everything, like that's heavy violent from the show, do you play it, say, at like 10 o'clock and it's TV mature? And, you know, I mean, the violence that was in Swamp Thing, I don't think it was any more intense, say, like The Walking Dead
No.
and what happened in the show. Now, I understand it's a completely different channel, and, what AMC does on their shows, what they're able to do. I don't know if it's contract stuff. I don't know how they work it out. But it's just very strange to me that out of all the ones that you would choose, now I could see them bringing a show like Titans. Now, I mean, Titans does have some sexual themes. It can be violent at times, and they're free to curse whenever they want. But I guess I'm just so used to the way the CW is, and I feel like Titans would fit with them sort of more than Swamp Thing.
More than Swamp Thing, yes. I don't agree that it would fit, but more than Swamp Thing.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. It's it's really puzzling. When I saw it, I was like, okay, because I just don't know what that means. And
Yeah.
and as far as I'm concerned, they haven't promised, because they're doing this. They haven't said us, the CW, will be releasing a season 2 of Swamp Thing after we release season 1. We're gonna take control and film a season 2, and I haven't heard that.
No, I
Have
haven't
you?
heard that either. No, but I think I like your idea on maybe they're doing it as a test. If they're using it as a test to see if they can get people to watch the darker, adult, more oriented series, I think that'd be great. Honestly, that would be a better idea than them just taking it and CWifying it, because then you can see, okay, maybe our series don't need this CW drama treatment. So that is a good take on it. So maybe they're going that route.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
I don't know. It's strange. Because from what I remember, I mean, there was definitely, they're dropping F bombs and stuff, right, on Swamp Thing or
Mm-hmm.
in Swamp.
Yeah.
So obviously, I don't think you're going to get away with that on the CW.
No.
I know other stations like, well, it's not Spike TV anymore. It's like Paramount.
Yeah, I don't know
TV.
anymore. I can't keep up with that.
I know, but I feel like there's some of those cable stations that I feel have been bending the limit, so to speak, on
Yeah.
what they include now. And I wonder if it's like because there's so much competition with these streaming services that you can kind of like do whatever the hell you want. I mean, for example, The Boys on Amazon. So I don't know,
Yeah,
but
that show's ridiculous.
yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I feel bad for the DC Universe app because I don't know if this means it's going away or.
People are very upset because what's happening is with Stargirl, now with Swamp Thing, with Doom Patrol, DC Universe app was supposed to be original content that you can only get from the streaming service. Now all the original content is being branched out to other platforms. So people are very unhappy with how this is going, and I think they're going to see a big drop in subscribers, which is awful. But I think if they are going to go a route where they combine with HBO Max, which they should, I think that would be the smarter move. Because right now they have a tiny niche of people who are subscribing.
Yeah.
If you go HBO Max, you have all those subscribers who love HBO, who love Game of Thrones, who are rewatching that, nonstop. They'll have access to these DC series, which maybe they would have never watched because, it was on this niche of a streaming service. But now, if it's attached to HBO Max, who knows who's going to watch it and enjoy it, because they do have some great content. I love Doom Patrol. I love Titans, and Swamp Thing was fantastic. So I think they should go that route.
I agree with you completely. HBO Max just seems like the smarter thing because, and we've said before, DC Universe app is such a niche thing that if you had a division on HBO Max for DC content, because it is kind of weird how I think Doom Patrol was renewed for season 2, but is it going to be on HBO Max?
Yep. Yes.
And then Harley Quinn, the animated series, is premiering on Sci-Fi Channel.
Yep.
So it's very, it just doesn't look good for the
No.
app. And if that's the way it is, then that's the way it is. But I don't know. They tried, and sometimes things don't work out. I would love to see Swamp Thing brought over to HBO Max because I think it did well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think it got a lot of
It
positive.
was it was well received. A lot of people enjoyed it like very well.
So I don't know, man. Here's praying that HBO Max
Saves the day.
I know, man. Man. I hope so because I would love to see more seasons of Swamp Thing and introduce a Justice League Dark series. I know there's always of a movie. I don't care. Make it a series. I think that's the way to go.
Bring Matt Ryan in, John Constantine. He's gonna take the Wave Rider from the CW over to freaking HBO Max to do Justice League Dark. Just keep him as Constantine.
Matt Ryan with the guy they have playing Swamp Thing interacting with each other.
Oh, fantastic!
I'm getting chills. Like, come on, like you have everything there. Like, why do they do this shit to just like piss you off and tease you?
I don't know.
Everything there, just do it. I feel like Shia LaBeouf in that awesome video.
Do it. Just do it.
But like for real, listen to Shia LaBeouf. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Just do it.
All right. Now, how do you feel about, as another topic for our news segment, we got Robert Pattinson refusing to work out during this pandemic, even though he's playing Batman. Kev, your thoughts?
Man, not great. I don't feel great about it. I don't feel great about it because, and listen, I hate to sound like that guy or that person, you know, who says, this is my idea of what the comic book character looks like, and I need you to match that. Like, who the hell am I to say? You know what I mean? And I know a lot of people gave a ton of crap towards Gal when she was cast as Wonder Woman, and she ended up killing it, and everybody loved Wonder Woman. But with this being said, and I don't mean for this to come off bad or negative, but or not bad or negative, but just hear me out real quick. Superhero films, we are in the golden age of superhero films, and the way that it's the most profitable genre of film right now, still, and we have these guys and girls who are cast in these films who put in the work, and nowadays they get as close to the actual comic book illustration as possible. I mean, we got, you know, when you think of like Thor, like Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans and Hugh Jackman and Henry Cavill and the way that they transform themselves into what we know as those superheroes, it was mind blowing. And so I'm not coming at Robert Pattinson per se, like you need to do that, but subtly, you need to do that because what you're telling me by doing this is I don't know if you're completely committed to the character. I don't know. It just kind of like I reviewed the article and it just kind of comes off a little snotty, you know, like, well, he says something about you know, the people that do that are give it a bad name or something along those lines. I know I'm like completely butchering what he's saying, but I'm a little confused at what he's saying that the people that work with the trainers and put in the time and the effort to transform themselves into the character that they got hired to play is putting a bad name on people that are trying to fulfill some sort of image. I'm not saying that it's you got to like I'm not throwing out there like, you know, this is what beautiful is and you need to do this to be beautiful. I'm saying you got hired to play a character in a film. You're getting paid a lot of money, more money than I'll probably ever see in my lifetime, to play a character. I kind of feel, you know, that you have to do the work. I mean, you're playing Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It just the article just kind of came off a little like, I don't need to do anything. So it kind of bummed me out, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
So for me, you know, I'm not working out during this pandemic for the sole purpose that I like to work out with weights. I don't have any weights here. I don't like to run. I don't like to do just push-ups and sit-ups and whatnot in my home. It's just not going to happen. I'm trying to find weights to buy, like adjustable ones. Would be great because to do them. So I can't tell this man to go work out during this pandemic because I feel the same way, kind of. However, like you've said, the man got hired to play a character. That he fights. He needs to be strong. He needs to be fit in order to sling from rooftops and come down and whoop 5 to 6 people at one time. He's fighting people. You got to be in shape to do that. You don't see people that are out of shape fighting crime because you know how quick they'll be dead instantly. So in order to portray this character, right, Bruce Wayne the Batman, he does have to be in some shape. So I mean, to say you're not going to work out and being hired for a role, like you said, getting paid a ton of money, I think that's a mistake, especially if he's gonna, I don't know if he's doing his own stunts or not. I don't think he is. I mean, that helps him a little bit, but it makes it a little more unrealistic to the fact if he's not in shape walking around and
Yeah.
he's fighting crime as Batman.
Yeah, it's just you want to look. I mean, the role that you're or the character that you are portraying, whatever that character may be, um, there's a lot of things that go into becoming that character for film. So when you take a character such as Batman, I think the world knows like who Batman is and what Batman does. So you think that you would want to try to take on that persona and mold yourself into the character you're playing. I'm not saying I'm looking for the dude to be as bulky as say Ben Affleck was.
No,
That's the kind of Batman that he was playing. Now, of course, a lot of people could say, look at Michael Keaton. That dude was really short. He didn't have he wasn't jacked. So when I think of I know I'm kind of like going against what I just said before. When I think about that, I go, well, I enjoy him as Batman.
it's true.
So I know Robert Pattinson's a great actor, and whatever he brings, I'm sure he's going to bring something we've never seen before, and I really do think he's going to do a great job. I just think some of the comments, whether he really meant it that way or not, kind of just they came off a little, you know, yeah. So I'm playing this role. I mean, whatever. I'll just whenever we can film again, like I'll film, and yeah, just that's what I'm going to do. That's kind of what I'm feeling, and I think and it's these these fan bases for these type of films, superhero films, sci-fi films, fantasy films, the fans, they're effing nuts. You know what I mean? And they expect a lot. So I think there's a part of us that really enjoy when we hear from certain people. I mean, perfect examples to me are Robert Downey Jr. and even Hugh Jackman. They knew who they were playing and they knew what that character meant to certain people and they brought it. So I think we're so used to that every time there's another superhero cast, and if it's a new actor, I think we're all kind of expecting, whether that's fair or not, I don't know, but I think we're all kind of expecting them to come across like, hey, listen, I get how passionate these fans are, and I'm going to bring it for you guys. I'm going
Yeah.
to be the best damn Batman that you've ever seen. And I think that's what we want to hear. So
Yes.
when everyone read this or heard about this article, me included, I was a little taken back.
Yeah, especially with Batman because he's one of the most iconic heroes of all time. And we've had ups and downs with the character in the past. It's been
Sure.
a bumpy ride lately. So people want
Yeah.
to see an awesome Batman portrayed and to stay in for like the long haul, to be in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies, to be in crossover movies. That's what people want. So
Yeah.
it's a little makes you a little skeptical about it, about his comments. But at the same time, when it comes down to it, we gotta see how he does in the movie, and we can make our comments there.
It is what it is, man. I mean, they're not going to get rid of the guy, and everybody, please stop saying Ben Affleck come back. The dude, it's done. That's done. That ship has sailed.
Yep.
It sailed a long ago. He's not going to come back. Sure, would I have loved to see a Ben Affleck Batman movie? Absolutely, but we're not. We got to, it is what it is. But Robert Pattinson is our Batman, and even though the comments are shitty, I trust Matt Reeves as a director. I think the cast, even including Robert Pattinson, is a fantastic cast. I like it because I know they're all good actors.
Yeah.
I've seen the majority of the other actors work, and I know they're really, really good at acting. Sure, they might not be A-list names, but I don't even think you need A-list names when you have a Batman film, because it's Batman and people are going to come out and see it anyway. So I don't know, man. Here's hoping that it's awesome, and he doesn't, as long as we don't see like this scrawny little guy running around rooftops, like, let's be real. Like, I hate to like put it that way. And,
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm not trying to body shame. That's not what I'm trying to do. It's just like, I mean, if I was cast as Batman, like, I'm like, I would be working out while we're doing this podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
True that. And on that note, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. Let us know your thoughts on Swamp Thing going to CW. Let us know about Robert Pattinson's, strike on working out during the pandemic. As always, thanks for watching.
Cheers.